All right, let's bring in Florida Senator Bill Nelson, who is traveling around the state and meeting with local emergency officials. He is currently in Orlando. Senator, appreciate you being with us, sir. Give us the lay of the land. As you've been driving around Florida, we're looking at live pictures of Miami Beach where the storm has just sort of begun to set in. Do you have freedom of movement? Is there gasoline for people who still need to get out, or is everything deserted and locked down?
There's still gasoline, but now that the west coast of Florida, the Gulf Coast, has awakened to the fact that this is going to be a west coast storm, not an east coast storm, you're starting to see the evacuations coming from the west coast getting away. And thus, I just came from the Tampa Emergency Operations Center. I-4, the interstate is getting heavy moving out of Tampa.
Well, you know, it's fascinating. We talked to a number of people, and our crews on the ground did, who had left Miami and left sort of southeast Florida and the Keys and headed northwest to Naples, to Fort Myers, up to Tampa. And now all of a sudden, rather than being a place of refuge, they're in a place that they need to evacuate from, and hotels are saying, you've got to get out. Live pictures from Key West right now, and it is already ominous there. No power, dark black clouds. What are you hearing from the National Guard and from the governor? Are they ready for this? Have they had enough time to shift the assets from the East Coast to the West Coast?
The short answer is yes. There's a seamless cooperation between all levels of government, and I think you're going to see that continue. But if it is a storm that gets back close to Category 5 hitting near Key West, there's going to be really some destruction there. Now, the good thing is that there are only about 10,000 people left in Monroe County. That is the Florida Keys.
Right.
What is happening now that the West Coast realizes it's going to be hitting there, and the possibility of the big disaster would be is if the eye of the hurricane moves off the coast in the Gulf of Mexico and parallels the coast.
Right.
All of those counterclockwise winds will drive the water up into the bays, such as Charlotte Harbor, such as Tampa Bay. That's where you could have not only the destructiveness of the wind, but the wind pushing the water up so that you would have considerable flooding.
Well, as you point out, landfall there in Key West expected sometime overnight into early Sunday morning. The National Weather Service saying this is as real as it gets. Nowhere in the Florida Keys will be safe. And as you point out, if that eye wall moves off the coast a little bit and is able to keep getting fuel from those warm Gulf waters, this could go from horrible to something we can't even imagine. Senator Nelson, safe travels as you head throughout the state, and we know you got a safe place to hunker down from. We'll get in touch with you again tomorrow, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.